Hello, and welcome back. Alright, so last time, we entered the second half of the game. We went all the way up to the Kaiser, and he left before we got a chance to fight him. And so we went back to the start of the game, and fought him then. And this time we're going to be doing a whole lot of side quests, because we get a second chance at everything now, including the side quests.
Who ordered this meeting anyway? And why all the way down here?
I hear that some hotshot new counselor has been proposing major tax cuts.
A new counselor? But who?
It was I! Hear ye, hear ye! Councillor Kammer, Minister of Tax, has a new proposal that he would like all of you to hear. Minister Kammer, you have the floor.
Fellow council members, thank you for coming today. As you are all aware...
Yeah, we're aware. No need to explain.
What?
Okay, so... Grandship is unique because of its generous poor laws that help old folk and orphans.
Precisely.
At the same time, with no industry to speak of, the country is having a hard time paying for the handouts.
Indeed! You have listened well.
So, you want to cut taxes in a really big way and stimulate the nation's economy.
Oh yes, that's it exactly!
At the same time, you'd abolish all the poor laws, effectively abandoning the people who rely on them. Meanwhile, Alternus here wants to preserve the current system and continue helping the weak. Unfortunately, that costs serious money, which is bound to run out, and sooner rather than later. That about sums it up, right?
I would quibble with some of the language, but you have the gist of it.
Yes, it is a fair summary of the situation.
She is the daughter of the Grand Marshal of Eternia?
Surely she can help us. She can show us a way out of our predicament. Speak, girl. You have the floor.
All right. Here's what I think.
You need to cut taxes.
You have to reduce taxes, even if it means abolishing the poor laws.
India, not you too! Has this man poisoned your mind?
It's not poison.
No, I'm thinking clearly, Alternus. Your poor laws are wonderful. I truly believe that. And I understand why you want to protect them. But they have to be sustainable. Someone has to pay for them.
Yep.
If the country collapses, no one will be protected. What use will your poor laws be then?
Yep.
You sorely disappoint me, Idia. You would so callously abandon those in need?
It's not callous.
It's not like that.
Oh, but it is. If you are prepared to embrace this scoundrel and his inhumane policies, you leave me no choice. I warn you, Idia. Is this your final decision?
Defeat Alternus and you'll obtain the Dark Knight asterisk. That's right, I support Kammer.
Then the debate is over, Idia. My sword will speak for the orphans you would abandon.
Well, that was fast. Fine, whatever. Oh, come on! Okay, I'm clearly not set up to be able to beat him right now. So I'm going to instead go through a few more dungeons. Longinus.
Need water.
They just keep coming! Go on, after her! Sir!
You're doing a good job, Jackal.
Who? What do you want? Look, if you can't tell, I'm freaking busy here! Don't just stand there looking stew!
Okay, then we'll help.
Wow, you're really in charge here.
Yeah, well, just call me head of desert security. A no-good ruffian like myself.
Moving up in the world, aren't you?
Water's still a problem, though. I suppose you know who is in Alcampus now, looking for the Wellspring Gem.
Stretchy Ice Cream Seconds. Whoa ho ho! Look at that one! It keeps stretching and stretching and stretching! It really does. So this is what Anyas was talking about back then. Ansheim's world-famous stretchy ice cream. It's not really unique to Ansheim. People actually eat it all over the Harina region. Ah la vache! What fantastically curious ice cream. It's like they put durian fruit or something in it. Ew, tis. Just ew. I'm sure it's not that. It's taffy for sure. Psst, I'm sorry. I'm afraid you're both wrong. The stickiness comes from dried and powdered alaroon roots. Wow, really? I never knew they could be so sticky. But why go to the trouble of making ice cream sticky? To combat the heat. The daytime hours in Harina are like being on the surface of the sun. Normal ice cream would melt into a puddle in no time flat, right? I see. So that's why they want their ice cream to stick. Exactly. Even if it melts, it doesn't drip from the cone. The perfect dessert. The perfect desert dessert. Delicious! One more, please, and make it a double. Though at the rate she's eating, something tells me Idiot doesn't have to worry about anything melting. Haha, you can say that again, sir.
That's, Oh, right, DeRosa is working here as an adjunct professor. So, there's a water shortage, is that right?
How would outsiders? Ah, it's you.
You don't have to explain everything, but we will have some Alcampa noodles.
Of course. One large, two regular, and a firm, right?
Even he remembers us.
No matter how many times I hear it, I just can't get over it. You really are an adjunct professor, aren't you?
Indeed, just as I said. I know what I know, and I put it to good use.
Yeah, what about the water? Another bowl! And extra noodles!
Hey, Idia! Watch it with the soup already!
We haven't found the water we need for the refinement process.
C'est bon. So creamy and rich. Cook, more for me too, if that's all right.
Of course. Be my guest.
It's even spicier than I remember. So, you're still trying to harness somnial energy? As I recall, it's more stable than the crystals and could help bring peace and prosperity to the world. But during refining, the energy is highly unstable. The slightest error could wipe out a city, right?
And you want to harness this energy to, why was it again?
Though it may seem out of character for me, it is purely in the pursuit of science, and to sate my curiosity.
Glad to hear it. All right then. You? Shall we tell him?
There's going to be a lecture on the Wellspring Gem, an ancient relic said to produce vast quantities of water. What's this?
And you're willing to share this information with me?
Knowing you, you'd have sniffed it out anyway. Just don't get any ideas about going after it on your own. Consider it our payment for the soup. Ah, that hit the spot.
I do want to get your job, so...
And so, in a very real sense, it was the Wellspring Gem that allowed the Harina dynasty to grow and indeed prosper. Further illustrated in the desertification of the continent and the loss of this ancient treasure, spelling the dynasties. Oh, there's the bell. We'll pick up where we left off next time.
Same old, same old. How about you?
I wasn't able to dig up anything new either.
Alright then. Might as well wake these two up.
DeRosa left earlier. He seemed like he was in a hurry.
I can't eat another slurp. Well, maybe one more bowl. And... make it a large.
Good grief.
Now listen, if you want to be a real bandit, you gotta follow the rules. No exceptions.
I do like how these things are
Right,
faster
boss.
on the second time through.
Rule number 1, don't steal from anyone weaker than you. Rule number 2, we'll finish this later. Go on, scram!
Quite the impassioned lecture. Training the next generation?
Yeah, that's about right. What about you? Why are you here?
We've been researching the Wellspring Gem in Campus, and we found out some things.
You did you?
Right, like about that place to the west. The ruins you used for your hideout. The secret tunnel, entrance near the big chair. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, yeah, I do, but how did you... Huh, so this is what happened. And this must be the Wellspring Gem.
With it, the oases will grow verdant again.
Hey, I remember you. The Red Mage DeRosa, was it?
Eureka! The Wellspring Gem. The key to producing safe, stable somnial energy. So it was worth it after all, to brave the desert sands and follow you to these ruins.
What are you going on about? Like heck if I'm gonna hand the gem over to some decrepit con artist! It stays here in the desert, where it belongs!
No, the Wellspring Gem belongs to all humankind. I'll not see it wasted on sand-for-brains wretches clinging to a life they should have abandoned long ago.
Hey, you lot! Don't just stand there! Tell this madman what the deal is! We came here to bring water back to the people who need it most! Right? Come on, tell him!
Idia, as daughter of the Grand Marshal, I know you will not be swayed by crude emotion. You understand that I do what I do for the future of this world. Join me, and we will silence the Jackal.
Oh! You want a piece of me, old man?
Why, you insolent little...
So now what?
We have two choices. Help the desert dwellers by restoring water to the oases,
Or help with an experiment that might usher in a future of peace and prosperity.
Do we protect the desert oases and fight Red Mage DeRosa?
or do we fight the bandit Jackal in hopes of harnessing somnial energy?
Our choices are clear, but which is the right one?
What's this? You dare to stand in the way of progress?
Defeat DeRosa and you'll obtain the Red Mage Asterisk. Say your prayers, Red Mage DeRosa.
For heaven's sake, girl, you're as stubborn as your father. But if it's a battle you wish, Let's show them a good time. And here I was, doing honest work for a change. Oh well, it's been a while since I could let my hair down. Please don't mistake the Red Professor for some fusty old academic. The former captain of the Blood Rose Legion is as feral as ever. Red Mage Fiore DeRosa will take you down for science!
Oh, this is fun. Alright, I've got those magnifying glasses. Let's go ahead and use them. Silence. Let's make you weak to water. Flambe.
This is our true power!
There we go.
Let's give him all we've got!
Hard to imagine a better future.
Yay! 88 gained a level. Magnolia gained a level. And I got 2 ethers and a ribbity. And the Red Mage Asterisk. Red Mage. Casts black and white magic spells up to level 4. Gains BP at various times. Can use any weapon fairly well. Specialty, Revenge. Job command, black and white magic. It particularly is good with swords, rods, and staves.
The water's practically gushing out of the ground!
Truly, this oasis is our spring of life.
The boss said, if that shrew or clowns drop by, give him a glass of cold water. Oh, did he? Well, whatever. Now that's refreshing. Come on, everyone, bottoms up.
Oh, it's you.
That's one big bowl of soup. Let me guess. They shut down your somnial energy research?
Mr. DeRosa went in search of the Wellspring Gem, but he never came back. For every 5 years our research is delayed, the world suffers a decade of sorrows. Wealth disparity between nations ever growing, the people facing war and starvation. And I can't do anything. I'm helpless.
Listen, there's something I need to tell you. It was us who chased off DeRosa.
You?
You were working for the future of mankind. You wanted to bring lasting peace to the world. It moved me a great deal, you know, when you spoke of your hopes and ideals. But the people in the desert needed that water. I couldn't turn my back on them. I chose to help people in the here and now, rather than gamble on a future that's still just a dream. I couldn't let him have the Wellspring Gem. I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna find a way to harness that energy. I don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out somehow. Then I can help everyone, the desert people included. I will succeed. I will.
Hello, I'm Dragon Rider Luke. I'm a Christian streamer, and I'm always up for a friendly chat about my faith. I also think that it's important that people read or hear the Word of God frequently, so the next 5 minutes or so will be a chapter from the Bible. If it feels like I'm skipping around, that's because you're not watching my videos in stream order. Exodus 12. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron in Egypt, "This month is to be for you the first month of your year. Tell the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb for his family, one for each household. If any household is too small for a whole lamb, they must share one with their nearest neighbor, having taken into account the number of people there are. You are to determine the amount of lamb needed in accordance with what each person will eat. The animals you choose must be year-old males without defect, and you may take them from the sheep or the goats. Take care of them until the 14th day of the month, when all the members of the community of Israel must slaughter them at twilight. Then they are to take some of the blood and put it on the sides and tops of the door frames of the houses where they eat the lambs. That same night they are to eat the meat roasted over the fire, along with bitter herbs and bread made without yeast. Do not eat the meat raw or boiled in water, but roasted over a fire, with the head, legs, and internal organs. Do not leave any of it till morning. If some is left till morning, you must burn it. This is how you are to eat it. With your cloak tucked into your belt, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. Eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. On that same night I will pass through Egypt and strike down every firstborn of both people and animals, and I will bring judgment on all the gods of Egypt. I am the Lord. The blood will be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. No destructive plague will touch you when I strike Egypt. This is a day you are to commemorate. For the generations to come, you shall celebrate it as a festival to the Lord, a lasting ordinance. For 7 days you are to eat bread made without yeast. On the first day, remove the yeast from your houses, for whoever eats anything with yeast in it from the first day through the 7th must be cut off from Israel. On the first day, hold a sacred assembly, and another one on the 7th day. Do no work at all on these days, except to prepare food for everyone to eat. That is all you may do. Celebrate the the festival of unleavened bread, because it was on this very day that I brought your divisions out of Egypt. Celebrate this day as a lasting ordinance for the generations to come. In the first month you are to eat bread made without yeast, from the evening of the 14th day until the evening of the 21st day. For 7 days no yeast is to be found in your houses. And anyone, whether foreigner or native-born, who eats anything with yeast in it must be cut off from the community of Israel. Eat nothing made with yeast. Wherever you live, you must eat unleavened bread. Then Moses summoned all the elders of Israel and said to them, Go at once and select the animals for your families and slaughter the Passover lamb. Take a bunch of hyssop, dip it into the blood in the basin, and put some of the blood on the top and on the sides of the doorframe. None of you shall go out of the door of your house until morning. When the Lord goes through the land to strike down the Egyptians, he will see the blood on the tops and sides of the doorframe and will pass over that doorway, and he will not permit the destroyer to enter your houses and strike you down. Obey these instructions as a lasting ordinance for you and your descendants. When you enter the land that the Lord will give you as he promised, observe this ceremony. And when your children ask you, what does the ceremony mean to you, then tell them, it is the Passover sacrifice to the Lord, who passed over the houses of the Israelites in Egypt and spared our homes when he struck down the Egyptians. Then the people bowed down and worshipped. The Israelites did just what the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron. At midnight the Lord struck down all the firstborn in Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh, who sat on the throne, to the firstborn of the prisoner, who was in the dungeon, and the firstborn of all the livestock as well. Pharaoh and all his officials and all the Egyptians got up during the night, and there was a loud wailing in Egypt, for there was not a house without someone dead. During the night Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, Up! Leave my people, you and the Israelites. Go, worship the Lord as you have requested. Take your flocks and herds, as you have said, and go, and also bless me. The Egyptians urged the people to hurry and leave the country, for otherwise, they said, we will all die. So the people took their dough before the yeast was added, and carried it on their shoulders in kneading troughs wrapped in clothing. The Israelites did as Moses instructed, and asked the Egyptians for articles of silver and gold, and for clothing. The Lord had made the Egyptians favorably disposed toward the people, and they gave them what they asked for, so they plundered the Egyptians. The Israelites journeyed from Ramses to Succoth. There were about 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children. Many other people went up with them, and also large droves of livestock, both flocks and herds. With the dough the Israelites had brought from Egypt, they baked loaves of unleavened bread. The dough was without yeast, because they had been driven out of Egypt and did not have time to prepare food for themselves. Now the length of time the Israelite people lived in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of the 430 years, to the very day, all the Lord's divisions left Egypt. Because the Lord kept vigil that night to bring them out of Egypt, on this night all the Israelites are to keep vigil to honor the Lord for generations to come. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, These are the regulations for the Passover meal. No foreigner may eat it. Any slave you have bought may eat it after you have circumcised him, but a temporary resident or a hired worker may not eat it. It must be eaten inside the house. Take none of the meat outside the house. Do not break any of the bones. The whole community of Israel must celebrate it. A foreigner residing among you who wants to celebrate the Lord's Passover may have all the males in his household circumcised. Then he may take part like one born in the land. No uncircumcised male may eat it. The same law applies to both the native-born and to the foreigner residing among you. All the Israelites did just what the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, and on that very day the Lord brought the Israelites out of Egypt by their divisions. May God bless the reading of his word. Hey, geez, shit.
Yes, so close. We're so close.
We were so close. Why must you always interfere, Idia? Oh, put a sock in it. I'm not interfering with nothing. I have a letter for this guy from his master. I came to deliver it. That's all.
My dear student, when you stopped coming by for our daily dialogues on swordsmanship, I worried what had become of you.
I imagine that your situation now is difficult, but you must find a way to endure and overcome your difficulties. You are Go Gettar. Grit your teeth, never waver, and you will overcome the trials before you.
Oh, Mr. Kamiizumi, it's too late. I ran away like a coward.
You have a dream to summon the legendary Amaterasu. Your name and mine will be writ large on the pages of history for all eternity. Yes.
Miss Idia, tell me, whatever should I do?
It's a tough call, all right. What to do?
I'm taking Go back.
Master Kamiizumi is right. Go, you have to return to your job in Ansheim. And the first thing you do when you get back is apologize to your supervisor, okay? That's what's proper for anyone who follows the way of the sword.
I suppose you're right.
You can't be serious. Did spinning those cogs turn your mind and your spine to butter? Don't let swords for brains here tell you what to do.
Go back to work. Stick it out as best you can. If the job truly isn't right for you, then you can quit. But you still don't know what you could have accomplished there. You didn't give it enough time. So just go back and give it the old Al Campus try, yeah?
You betcha!
You're going to let those paper pushers put you back in your pen like a little piggy? Is that it? No, I shall not allow it. Idia, if you want to take Go back to Ansheim, it'll be over my dead body.
I don't want to kill you,
is
but...
he really worth that much to you? Enough for a knockdown, drag-out fight that leaves one of us face down in the mud?
Defeat Mephilia and you'll obtain the Summoner Asterisk. Fight Mephilia and to take Go back.
I knew it. You did come to interfere. Very well. Let's get on with it. I will squash you! For the sake of the future, Amaterasu shall be mine! I've abandoned my sweet but bitter past. Prepare to face Summoner Mephilia Venus!
Alright. probably not really weak to anything, but... Lightning Rain. Start with Magnifying Glass, and this potion. Then 2 bomb fragments. Nice. Frost Rain. Perfect Circle. Go ahead and use another, I'll use a High Potion. And 2 more Bomb Fragments.
This is our true power!
Darn it! I missed it. You gained a level. I got a lot of desserts, 2 potions, and a turbo ether. And the Summoner Asterisk. Summoner overpowers foes with powerful summoning magic. High MP, skilled at summoning. Favors rods. Specialty, convert MP. Dog command, summoning.
I'll remember this!
Miss Mephilia!
Ah, shut up! I want nothing more to do with you. Go crawl back to your greasy cogs, you capricious, sweaty pig!
So, who's ready to go?
I am. Oh, and here, you can have this. I won't be needing it anymore.
Sometime later.
Oh, hello, Miss Idia.
Hello, Go. Working harder. Hardly working.
The latter, I'm pleased to say. We've finally implemented several of the measures I proposed for dealing with still winds. I've been assigned to a new post in research and development. No more hard labor for me.
Hey, that's great!
Yeah.
It's the chance of a lifetime. I'm combining thaumaturgy and summoning magic with wind power to develop a hybrid power generator.
Nice.
To think that my summoning research would be this beneficial to the city's energy security. Oh, but you must excuse me. This new data's not going to collect itself.
That was
Well,
definitely
hasn't
the
this
better
turned out
choice.
well? He's found his dream job at last.
And he seems more confident than ever.
I know, right? Just look at how he's enjoying his work. I guess my advice was on target. At the very least, I'm sure of that much.
What? Oh, you bear the qualifications. I am the Anchorite of Thunder, mouthpiece of Deus Ex. Have you the confidence to withstand its furious might? Yes? No? Maybe? On second thought. What? Seriously? Making me look stupid? I mean, you have narrowly escaped this day. Go on then. Shoo! Scram! Well, I have some lightning nullification stuff to equip. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Really? Alright. Gosh. Then, show me you've the strength to stand firm. I can now summon Deus Ex.
Granddad! Come on! Hurry! Wow! It's just like I remember!
Is it really now? You were only wee high when we left, you know. I feared you might forget this place. From today, this little place will be our home again. We'll have to tighten our belts on some nights. I hope you understand.
Of course! I want to live here with you, Granddad. In the house where we were all together. Mom and Dad and you and me. All I'll help out lots and work really hard, and you won't have to, okay?
Oh, such passion. Such fire and vigor, they move me so. I fear I may be overcome with tears.
Who are you? And what are you doing here, huh? This is our house.
Yes, yes! Oh, I know! I've been waiting here so very long for your return, yes?
There you go again. Stop harassing poor innocent people!
Finally decided to show up, did you? You sure kept us waiting.
Oh, right. You aren't harassing anyone.
Not at all. I was here first, and then came Miss White, and we are all having a calm, rational discussion.
This old man here insists that he hears your opinion first, Idia. He won't listen to a word that either of us has to say.
Never mind the old codger. It is the girl who has been the biggest obstacle. So, if you might excuse me.
Don't tell me. More research?
But of course! Business is always in flux. The situation changes from one moment to the next. Oh.
Then I suppose I should also get moving.
Huh? What kind of research could you have to do, huh?
A personal kind, involving me, Heartschild's craft brews, and plates of sausage bordering on obscene.
You wastrel! You wouldn't dare consume all of this stock and leave me with no product to sell?
Oh, just watch me.
Wait a second, you two! And there they go again.
I see your message, Darksigner Carly.
Okay, let's see if I've got this right. Profiteur wants you two to abandon your house so he can develop this inlet into a trading port.
I see your message, Darksigner Carly, and yeah, I know, but they already have a lot of French stuff in this game. I don't imagine that Profiteur was meant to be French.
But Holly thinks you shouldn't give up the home that holds so many memories for you and your granddaughter. Is that more or less how it went?
Aye, more or less.
And you come from a long line of fishermen who fished here for generations. But after you lost your son and daughter-in-law in the war, you took your granddaughter and fled from this house. Only to return a short time ago, having sworn to live here together as a family once again. Still good?
Aye, that's it in a seashell.
So I take it you've already heard Profiteur's reasons for why he thinks this area ought to be developed, right? And why Holly objects so strongly to you giving up the house?
Shouldn't we ask if the young lady has any thoughts on the matter?
I still want to live here with Granddad,
But
if Granddad has to go fishing in rough seas all alone so we can eat... You're right. That is a scary thought, huh?
But you don't want to say goodbye to this old house, do you? Or have you changed your mind?
I don't want to leave, but when I see Granddad has to work so hard here...
Certainement. So you find yourself conflicted.
Maybe we need to look into this again and think things through. We'll come back here once we've got some solid advice to give you, okay?
But I already know which one I'm going to do! It's the opposite! Because I need the other asterisk! I'm gonna step out so it saves, and then step back in. Granddad.
Oh, Miss Idia. Tell me, should we abandon this place? Or better we live here no matter how modestly? What do you think is best?
It's a tough choice. Even if it's for the good of the nation, you shouldn't have to give up the home you love, right? But if they do give it up, their war-torn homeland will have the chance to get back on its feet. What would I do in their shoes?
You can't give up your home.
Holly's right. You should stay in your home with your granddaughter. Don't sell out to Profiteur. There's something wrong with driving a family out of their home for the sake of a country.
Aye, that's just what I was thinking.
Stop this nonsense at once! Are you in the market for a beating, eh?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened to your research?
Why even bother with research when you are here to sabotage all my plans? Look at this!
A Bright Vision for Eisenberg's Future by the Honorable Erudus Profiteur Esquire? What is this?
My lecture series, or so it was. Now all my best laid plans for inter-regional cooperation vanish in the wind. Just like the retainer fee I should have been paid for that lecture. Not that it was all so much. It seems I have returned just in time. You wish to see my plans ruined, is that it? You saw with your own full eyes what the people of this nation lack, what they need. What do you think it takes for a starving country to flourish again? Industry, trade, power of the economy. The people must turn their eyes across the seas. The trade port is the only road to recovery.
I know. And yet...
If you know, then there is only one piece of advice to be giving this gentleman. Sell the house to Erudus Profiteur and allow him to develop this land. What is with the sour face? This is your way of telling me you refuse to cooperate? And now the murring and the gurring. Hurry and explain to the kind gentleman that he should sell the land to me. Or do you still mean to bet against me in this matter, huh? You should not be writing checks you cannot cash.
Defeat Profiteur and you'll obtain the Merchant Asterisk. They're staying here no matter what.
It seems you're having trouble understanding simple economic theory. So, I will give you a little lesson in incentives. We have the carrot and the stick. The stick is a coercive incentive, as we shall presently demonstrate. You seem to have forgotten who you are dealing with. So let me jog your memory. The chairman and brains behind the Commer and Profiteur merchantry. I control Anshan with the force of money alone. Erudus Profiteur, merchant of death, will now collect his pound of flesh.
That's fun. I'm going to use a couple of items here. Magnifying glass. And... Explosion.
Before the final battle in Artemia, all my assets in Anshan were frozen. After the fall of Central Command, all my assets in the duchy were worthless. Every venture since has been failure after failure. But at last, I can see the green shoots. I will not let this opportunity pass me by. I will make that place into the greatest center of trade the world has ever seen.
Bolt Storm. Actually, first we're going to do Blazing Wolf, then Bolt Storm. Lightning Rain.
Let's give him all we've got!
Oh, come on.
Cheer up, guys! I've got this!
Yippee! It's my time to shine!
Nice! Max damage.
From my position, I'll make a small fortune. And any extra profit from the black market will be there for the taking.
So close! I can see it now!
There we go.
I am in the red now. How very wearisome.
You gained a level. Fire Potion, Ether, Turban, and Gold Hourglass. And... the Merchant Asterisk. Merchant. Good at both saving and spending money. Attacks and supports using wealth. Favors stabs and daggers. Specialty is more money. Job command, commerce. Yes, he is. By the way, that magic command is, I have a points thing now.
Curses! Now I am back to square one again!
Granddad! I was so scared!
There. That was scary, wasn't it? I thought the roof was going to come crashing down. But you still want to stay here, do you?
I do!
Well, what am I to do then? I'm glad to hear it, child. We'll do just fine together.
Yeah! We'll be together forever! And starting tomorrow, I'm going fishing with you. From king tuna to skewering marlin, I'll help you catch anything.
Will you now? What a fine first mate you're gonna be.
I feel like she might share a voice actor with,
Heartchild Stout goes down so
Victoria.
smooth. And these heartwursts. Did they hit the spot? That swindling little rat ran past me in tears. What in the world happened? So you convinced the old man not to sell. You did a good thing looking out for those two. I never thought I'd say this, but thanks, Cydia.
Oh no.
Here, you
No,
drunk.
it was nothing. Oh, she reeks.
Now, what was this about a letter? Oh, it's from Barris. I didn't even know the brute could write. Oi, Holly. They say I've got real skill as a bone setter. Come on over. We can open a clinic or something.
Nice.
That Barris. Always doing as he pleases. And come on over? He doesn't even say where he is. Ridiculous, right?
He's in Florum.
Why don't you stay here?
Oh, that's kind of you, sweetie. But
I would not object, and clearly my granddaughter wants you here. If you'd like, feel free to stay.
well, it's all very sudden. I'd have to...
What's there to consider? Look, I told these two to keep their home because I agreed with what you had to say, Holly. Even though it meant putting a stop to Profiteur's plans for rebuilding this nation's economy. So I hope you're ready to take your share of the responsibility.
Responsibility?
Yes.
Watch over these two, and see that they have a better life here than Profiteur's money could have given them.
You're right. I give you my word.
Good to hear it.
Blessed Shield.
It's boiling in here. How can anyone relax in this heat?
We're inside an active volcano. What did you expect?
It's not just the heat, it's the stifling humidity. Imagine having to work down here. It makes me woozy just thinking about it.
When the sword bearers were in charge, they forced children to work the mines. Wow, I'm almost afraid to ask what happened. It's a long story. Not a happy one either.
It makes Tiz burn with anger to tell it. And it's hot enough in here already. I'll say, does anyone have some ice? You! Didn't you say this tent had climate control? Can't you turn it on?
Oh, right. Hang on, let me check the manual. Right. It says add equal parts of Arctic and Antarctic wind to the fuel tanks. Then press the switch. Sounds kind of primitive, but I guess there's not much call for air conditioning in tents.
Whatever, let's just switch it on already. Where's the button? Is this it?
Wait, idiot, not that one. Wow, that's a really hot breeze. I can't stop sweating. This is all your fault. Again.
What do you mean again?
She turned on the
Whose
heater.
bright idea was it to serve red-hot noodles and burning pepper broth, huh? That really warmed me up. More than I wanted, to be honest.
Grr. Hey, I gave you a choice, didn't I? You could have had the flaming hot sauce beef bowl instead.
And the dessert was baked Eternia that you lit on fire.
I had a craving, so sue me. Can we please just put the air conditioner on?
That's funny.
Wait, no, not the red button! Someone get me a flame charm.
What? Oh, you bear the qualifications. I am the Anchorite of Fire, mouthpiece of Promethean Fire. Have you the confidence to withstand its furious might? Yes? No? Maybe? I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Really? Alright. Gosh. Then, show me you've the strength to stand firm. I can now summon Promethean Fire.
I'm not doing this again. This guy's gonna hurt himself when he whirls around, and we're gonna...
Wow. Ow! Oh!
It seems this man is destined to be injured here.
'Tis but a scratch. Don't worry about... Ow!
Please don't force yourself. Here, come and sit down.
It doesn't look like anything's broken, but I'd still say take it easy for a while.
Well, that won't do. I just got in a rush order, too.
For the ominous party that left for Grapkeep, right?
How did you know?
Here we go again.
So what should we do?
It's not like we have a choice. We'll just have to deliver the food.
But if we do that, won't we?
Maybe if we... No. We have to do it.
Agreed. Then let's prepare ourselves as best we can. Sir, I think we're gonna need more food than you have there.
And I need you to listen carefully to what I'm about to say.
All right.
So, this also makes more narrative sense because we know there's going to be need of a rescue party. So it makes narrative sense to do it in the order that I did. Because we know that holding out for the rescue party is the right thing to do. Because we know, because we warned them ahead of time, hey, we're going to need a rescue party.
We've found it at last! With this, the ultimate magic is...
Ominas, Artemia! We've got to get out of here now!
Huh? An earthquake?
We were still too late?
Yep.
All together, Idia?
Oh, so we ended up here again. How's the exit?
Just the same as last time.
We're boxed in good and tight.
I was afraid you might say that. Fine. Let's go and talk to them. Maybe they'll actually listen.
Ilia! What are you here for?
Why, Idia here? For battle?
They don't remember anything.
So it seems. Oh well. That might actually be for the best. Listen, Ominas. It looks like we're all trapped here. There's no way we're getting through the rubble. Not without the ultimate monster magic. Femto Flare.
How do you...
But you still have to refine the incantation further before Bahamut can have any chance at mastering it. Well, that about cover it?
How could you possibly... You cheeky little...
Don't worry. I'm sure my father will...
Yeah, your dad is putting together a rescue party as we speak. Risotto! Watch your step over there! You don't want to injure that foot of yours!
Right.
We've brought plenty of food with us. We should have more than enough, whichever way we choose to go.
Whichever way?
Choose?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Whether we choose to split the food evenly, or pin all our hopes on Ominas.
Idia! Tyrant! No right!
That's right! You just waltz in here, and you think you get to decide everything?
I do. Artemia, you think that the food should be split evenly among everyone here. And Ominas, you say we need to ensure that Bahamut survives and masters Femtoflare for the entire world's sake. I make my decision fully understanding both sides of the argument. But we don't have much time.
Careful, Idia.
Whichever choice you make, we'll be facing stiff opposition from the losing party.
Here we go again. What should I do?
Obviously, we're sharing the food evenly. We know there's a rescue party on the way. Why would we not?
What have you decided, Idia?
The food should be shared evenly. It's the only fair thing to do.
Idia!
This won't do. She blew it. What with the Templar, I think. And that old geezer. The girl you two trusted. This foolish girl and her fool friends. They've turned their backs on our world.
No, it's more like we're pretty sure that
time.
we can do this.
Come now, idiot.
You don't need to help.
Right?
Beat Ominas and you'll obtain the Black Mage Asterisk. Fair's fair. You're going down, Ominas.
I'm sorry, Ominas. I've made up my mind. This food ought to be shared evenly.
Forgive me, Grand Marshal, but I'm going to have to fry your fool daughter to a crisp. Come, Bahamut. We have to win this battle for the sake of the world. For her? We have no choice. Burn them! Burn them all! You're about to face Black Mage Ominas Crow and his loyal partner, Bahamut. We will defeat you for Lux and Dark's sake. Ha
Magnifying glass. Heal you twice. Bahamut is definitely weak to Blizzard. But is that... I have Blizzara. Awesome. Storm. I'll focus on Bahamut. And I'll do... Deus Ex.
Here I go!
Pico Flare. Oh man, I got a critical with it.
That's enough! Fall back!
It's my time to shine!
I hope you have some plan to save the world!
I do. Fizz gained a level. Idia gained a level. Tiz gained a job level and learned the support ability BP Recovery. Magnolia gained a job level and learned the support ability Counter. And I got a bomb arm. And the Black Mage Asterisk. Black Mage uses attack magic to assault groups of foes. Skilled at Black Magic, favors rods. Specialty, Black Resonance. Job command, Black Magic.
Where are we?
Back safe in Yunohana. They've put us up in the bathhouse.
They found us. Is everyone okay?
We're all fine. You and Magnolia are up and moving too.
Artemia? The kids?
They all made it back safely. They're out getting food right now, in fact. We figured you'd be grouchy when you woke up with an empty stomach.
What about Ominas and Bahamut?
They both made it. They're helping out in the boiler room, preparing hot water for the baths.
Oh, thank goodness.
What's wrong? Are you still having second thoughts? Going against Ominas and giving up on the femto flare?
No. I don't regret anything. I'd make the same decision again if I had to. Besides, I'm sure those two will master femto flares someday.
Yeah, I imagine they will.
À la vache, c'est magnifique! Oh my, what a splendid banquet! Miss Idia, the townspeople have all come to express their thanks. Prepare your stomach, Idia. I see a great feast in our future.
So when we come back next time, then I'm going to finish up going around to all of the different side quests, and possibly, maybe, end up doing, possibly maybe end up doing the actual story progress. At any rate, that's going to be all for today, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.